127.2 million disbursed in August 2024. 3, 89 million will be disbursed as capitation for ongoing students in October 2024. This is in addition to 269 million disbursed in August 2024. Number 2, the disbursement of 609 million will enable the university to pay pending staff salaries for the months of September and October, which is a total of 8 or 7 million shillings. 3, the university will be directed to meet the difference of 198 million through on-source revenue, which has been projected at 206 million each month. Honorable Speaker, the fourth action is that the National Treasury will avail an additional 500 million to Moi University by November 15th, 2024. And fifth, a caretaker committee will be constituted to strengthen the management of Moi University during the recovery period. I remember one of the issues that was raised was the issue of management. And the committee is actually saying they are going to have a caretaker committee. However, there is a major risk, Honorable Speaker, that is the university is also facing. And the issue is a major risk against disbursement of funds for loans and scholarships is the order issued by the High Court of Kenya at Nairobi on 3rd of October 2024. And in Nairobi petition number 412 of 2023, Kenya Human Rights Commission, and 3 others versus the Attorney General, and 4 others. I think this is on the issue on the new funding model, which they actually want to use the funds for scholarship and loans to disburse. But the higher education, or through the ministry, they have actually gone to court to ensure that, to mitigate against the risk, the ministry, through the Office of Attorney General, has filed an application to set aside and discharge the order to facilitate the release of funds to students and universities. Honorable Speaker, the committee has set, it is recommended that Moi University should reopen on November 4th, 2024 to facilitate the reopening. It is to be noted that staff unions will need to sign a return to work formula to promote consensus and set the stage for reopening. An interministerial committee comprising the Ministry of Education, the National Treasury, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection is negotiating with the staff unions on the issues raised regarding the implementation of the CBA 2017-2021. Honorable Speaker, signed by the PS, Higher Education. Honorable Speaker, this statement, you remember in the morning, they had actually given almost a two-sentence statement, which I, as the Chair of Education, did reject because it did not give and it did not respond to the statement raised by Honorable Wamboka. This particular statement, as I talked to the ministry, they are actually saying that the actionable areas that they have detailed here will be implemented. The university will actually open, and most of the teething issues that are affecting the university, we as the Committee of Education, we've also said of them, and my committee will be visiting the university. And one of the things that we have discussed, Honorable Speaker, within my committee and the Ministry of Education, is to make sure that we have a robust, efficient management that is able to run the university and bring the university back to its feet. So I thank you, and I thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Let's have Wanabi having the first bite, because it was his statement. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to take this opportunity to indeed thank my brother, Chairman of Education Departmental. At least we are headed somewhere. Honorable Chair, Honorable Speaker, my committee already ordered a forensic audit through the Office of the Auditor General to this university.
You don't have a committee.
National Assembly Committee
On?
PIC, Education and Governance.
Because you know Kenyans don't, when you put abbreviations or you say my committee.
Which I chair, Honorable Speaker, ordered a forensic audit in this university. I'm sure at the end of the day we are going to get somewhere. But as we do that, Honorable Speaker, the student is fundamental in all this matrix. And I want to ask my brother, students are complaining this university has not held a graduation. Many students, 2-3 years, the university has not organized a graduation for them. Kindly and with urgency, because it's unfair for a student to go to school, finish the degree, and not graduate. The university should facilitate that and ensure that that is done. Workers, lecturers, and teaching staff are really suffering in this university, Honorable Speaker. Let's prioritize these people, because most of them are even dying of pressure, stress. They cannot, most of them have loans, and they cannot survive. So, Honorable Chair, as you prioritize this, please bear in mind. And I'm looking at the finances that have been released by the Treasury. They're a bit little. These people are in a very big hole. And Treasury needs to be committed. They need to go out of the way, Honorable Meli, to give something serious for this university. I had a discussion with the Vice Chancellor, and the money they need immediately is in excess of 2.5 billion, Honorable Meli, to just make them afloat for about 2 months. So we must continue pushing Treasury, and we need commitment from Treasury. Why the Treasury does not release money it has budgeted for, this House has budgeted for universities, no one understands, Honorable Speaker. Because we budget for these monies are supposed to be released to universities, because without which universities cannot survive. So it is my desire that as we engage the Ministry of Education, the monster in the House is the Treasury. And, Honorable Speaker, this cuts across almost all universities. Multimedia University, I think they're going on strike, I don't know, next week. And many other universities, because Treasury is not releasing money which is supposed to release. This House has appropriated to the universities. So thank you so much. As we continue to work together, Honorable Meli, let's ensure that the student who is at the center of all these things does not suffer. Lecturers, teaching and non-teaching staff are taken care of. Another big issue, Honorable Speaker, is the statutory payments. The retirees' money is missing at Moi University. People have worked for years. You've been deducting their monies, but when the time comes to retire, these people don't have their money. Where did these monies go to? Where did these monies go to? Honorable Speaker, much as we are saying we want Treasury to come in and bail this institution, we must also go down and ask ourselves very serious questions. Who took the money for these retirees? Yeah, so Honorable Meli, thank you so much. Let's continue pushing and ensure that we have sanity at the end of the day. And on the issue of management, we need to be very clear. As you are setting up a caretaker committee, we need to be very clear with the terms and reference and how we are going to move forward. Because if we are not careful, we're just duplicating. Same people who have made it worse that this university is where it is, now you are bringing another committee to work with the same people. In our considered opinion, we need an overhaul, Honorable Speaker. We need an overhaul in the management of Moi University. And let's not fear. Let's not fear. I also want to thank Honorable Ruto. This university is located in his constituency. He's also been attending all the meetings.
Proceed to wind up.
Yeah, all the meetings that we've had with this university. And thank you, Honorable Ruto. Chairman, asante sana. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. God bless you. And with one of my members of the committee, on Public Investment Committee, Education and Governance, Honorable Kakai. Just 1 minute.
That's not your role at all. At least you know that very well. The member for Western Gishu.
Speaker, I think we've seen the report that has been tabled by Honorable Melly, but there is still some other issues that hasn't been spelled out. One of the biggest challenges at Moi University is not just the salary arrears for the members of staff. The problem is, even those months that they have been paid, unfortunately, they were getting the net pay. But all their deductions, NSSF, NHIF, their loan repayments, were not being submitted. So you find that a lot of the lecturers, they will tell you, the staff members, that one time they were driving in town with their car, and then their car was repossessed and towed away. And then when they asked why, they told no, the money has not been remitted by the university. But in their pay slip, it shows that the money is deducted. But the university just been paying net, but not remitting the statutory deduction. So there's a crisis. So even if you say you're paying them the salary arrears, if you do not resolve their statutory, the deductions you've been removing from their salary, which you have not forwarded to the relevant institutions, that will still cause a problem. In fact, what is happening now is the banks have decided, since they can't pressure the university, they have decided to go for the individual staff members. So some of them had house loans. Now the houses are being auctioned because they have not been paying, although it shows that it's been deducted from their salary. So there is a much bigger problem if you have to have a formula to bring back the employees to work and therefore be able to reopen the university. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Kakai.
Thank you, Chair. I speak as also a member for the Public Investment Committee, Education and Governance. And truly, Chair, this particular institution, what the Chair Education just spoke about, is like prescribing aspirin to a patient that requires a proper surgery. If you look at Moi University, it's purely a governance issue. It is purely a management issue. Number one, if you look at the staffing, Moi University went out and created many universities. An example, Kabianga, there is Karatina. But in our last meeting we had as a committee, if we ask Karatina how they are doing, their books are very clean. What has happened? Let's start with staffing. The rationalization of the staff, when they were creating these other universities, there was purely a gap in ensuring that there's that rationalization. There is also the issue of, let's say, the staff that are retiring, discontinuation of the parallel program. Why hasn't the management been able to rationalize such that they have staff that really matches, And an example also, if there is some retirement or natural attrition, how comes the management has been unable even to rationalize that? The other critical issue in terms of assets, this particular university has got a lot of assets. An example, land. And I remember my question also to the VC. They are teaching entrepreneurship. But they are not able to come up with any project with that entrepreneurship mentality that will generate income. Land, an example, they're teaching livestock management. If you ask them and you look at the books on what is coming from cows, there's nothing coming out of it. And that is where my question is, if we are teaching entrepreneur courses, we've got the land, we've got the assets, we've got the brains, and we are not even able to generate the income. Yes, we might be saying that Treasury is not availing the money on time, but we also expect that when you're given that type of position as a Vice Chancellor, You've been given that responsibility. You should be able to think outside the box and be able to generate income. Another issue also, and just to wind up, Chair, records. If you look at the books of Moi University, getting records is an issue. And in the same university, we even have a bachelor's on records management. So what I'm saying is, as we continue to say that, yes, children have to graduate, we need to sort out the issues of salaries. I mean, 800 million, yes, we'll sort it out September, October. What about November, December going forward? So we need to do a proper surgery, starting from the management, getting a new management that will be able to really turn around this university. It has potential, it's got all the infrastructure, it's got the resources in terms of land, and it's just a matter of us stopping, coming up with committee after committee. We need a proper surgery in Moi University and turn it around, take it back where it was. And lastly, we need to ensure that our institutions, which have got a lot of capacity in terms of land, compared to an example, USIU, how many acres do they have? Hardly 200 acres. Daystar. But they're not in rates. They are paying their salaries. They are even investing. And again, there's also funds that come from out there, research funds.
Thank you, Honorable.
Where do these funds go to?
Thank you,
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Honorable, 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. When I hear the story of Moi University, my heart bleeds. I left the University of Nairobi to come here to head our challenges, but probably due to the fact that the University of Nairobi, we have managed to weather the storm. Honorable Speaker, also happened that my second born was graduated from Moi University before it went into a mess. But probably, Honorable Speaker, most of the challenges we have in the universities is a question of governance. It's period. All these other stories we are going into treasury, what, is just by the way. Honorable Speaker, a university should not be a cost center. A university should be a revenue generating center. Having assets like what Moi University have, having brains that they have there, if they cannot think and generate their own resources, Honorable Speaker, then it's an indictment on the education system in this country, Honorable Speaker. We need to be realistic. The committee needs to get hard on these vice chancellors and the council members. Tell them to get out of their comfort zone to forever depend on national treasury.
Thank you.
Let them look for their money, Honorable Speaker. It can be done because the new funding model system, it's assumed that the cost for each program has been adequately calculated, so that if you paid for that particular student, the university should be able to run, maintain, buy teaching materials, pay for the lecturers, and ensure things run. Honorable Speaker, as I conclude, I just want to urge all the universities, please pay statutory payments that you deduct. You can imagine you wanted to get a permanent job in the government, you do not get tax clearance certificate because the university did not submit your taxes. You want to take a loan from your SACCO, you can't get because your shares have not been updated. Honorable Speaker, as we speak now, the same malady is affecting Technical University of Kenya. Just across here, very soon, you'll also see the same shutdown that we are witnessing at Moi University.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker. As I stand to congratulate the Chair for Education,
2 minutes also.
Honorable Julius Melly, it's now confirmed that the real problem in Moi University, and it's now coming out that also across the other universities, requires an immediate attention. I want just to reduce my contribution or my submission on this by also calling out on National Treasury. I'm aware that they're now preparing supplementary budget, that now Moi University, and I will plead to this Honorable House to consider this one, Moi University be given a priority and they be given adequate resources to be able to come back. Ministry of Trade and Industrialization, when they took over Rivertex, Moi University had injected sufficient resources, colossal amount of money, and no discussion was made or was concluded as to how those money will be reverted back by the Ministry of Trade and Industrialization. Another issue, again, that I want to agree with Honorable Mboka, the issue of governance. And maybe I would wish Honorable Melly should clarify what are the clarity on terms of reference of the caretaker committee, because it's an hacking area that all of us, including me and the people around Moi University, would want to know What are they coming on board with it so that to sort out the issues and challenges they are going there? And as the Committee of Education are going to visit Moi University, even before you enter into boardroom, I want to ask that the committee to tour around the Moi University and the environment, including where the students are living. It is in deplorable condition state that even the same students, if you ask them to go back today, none of them decide to go there because of the situation the university is in this. So that as we look at the salaries, let us also look at the operations so that we give the university the situation it is. Lastly, for those people who committed an act of theft in the university, including those who participated in constructing a gate that if you go there is a scarecrow, I am sure, and I want to ask the committee that they look beyond the current management so that people who participated in commissioning or spending the resources on projects that have no value in the university, including gates that cannot allow the school bus alone. University has big buses. It cannot facilitate the school bus to go through him. We want to ask them, what were they thinking around that and putting reasonable a lot of money in it instead of prioritizing money where it should go. Thank you so much, and I stand to support that National Treasury should give priority in supplementary that is coming soon so that we give university the money that it needs to come back. Thank you.
Honorable Mother, 1 minute. And I mean 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. Mine is just like a hopeless situation. When the giants like Moi University are already struggling and the rest, what happens to counties or to areas that are also planning to introduce universities? For example, Turkana University College, that was established or even given out by the current president. What will happen now that these others are struggling? What is the indicator, Honorable Speaker? It means those who are yet to establish their universities will keep struggling because the giants are already falling down. There is something that we need to do in our education, to do with our education, Honorable Speaker. And this is not a small matter. We need to have even a committee formed by the MPs in this House and see how that can be expedited. Because we are pumping in money in terms of capitation, but there's nothing.
Member.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to also add my lamentations on the manner in which one of the jewels in tertiary education has been run down. I pity Moi University, and I'm particularly concerned because the Gusii region have Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital as their only solution when we have medical challenges from that region. So when Moi University is not functioning, the entire Nyanza and Western region, we are extremely challenged. So I want to urge the Chair, Honorable Meli, to go beyond the call of duty to make sure that Moi University is sorted out. And it's not Moi University alone, because this problem is contagious and even replicated in other universities. Kisii University as well should be put on the priority list for.
Thank you. The Honorable Pukose.
Honorable Speaker, thank you. And I want to join my colleagues in really expressing my disappointment in the Moi University, the way it has been managed. And I think when they raise the issues about that they have overstaffed, you know, you ask yourself, wasn't the management able to, why were they continuing to recruit more staff and more staff, opening more campuses to overstretch, and at the same time not looking at how possible to manage the university? Last week, the committee was in the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, and the next university, which is the medical school, is closed. And that closure has ramifications because even the postgraduate university students have gone home, the lecturers have gone home, and they are not being productive.
1 minute, because so 30 seconds to wind up your point.
And yet these university lecturers are also offering key services at the hospital. And therefore,
it affects other areas. So it has a wide ramification, and I was to ask the chair and the committee that let's save more university so that we can save other functions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And on the onset, let me take this opportunity to thank the chair and his committee for actually trying to bring sanity to Moi University. It's a pity, Mr. Speaker, sir, that such a big institution like that is undergoing what is happening, what is going on there. What I must say, Mr. Speaker, is that Moi University is an institution that has brought up so many people, and it is not acceptable for us to see it going down. So we urge Treasury and even make an appeal so that Moi University gets up and running. We know for sure that the teachers, the lecturers who are there are suffering so much because the monies that they are being subtracted, or the money.
Thank you. I'll be very brief, Right Honorable Speaker. I think Moi University, you are distracting me, Honorable Passaris. Moi University has had very many scandals. At one point in time, the entire faculty of law was closed because all the teaching staff, majority of the teaching staff, were found to be unqualified. And the problems of Moi University are purely of mismanagement nature and corruption. If we are to make any intervention, I think it should be preceded by a very specific plan how to restructure the entire organization and how to deal with all the issues, both past and present, so that we can help the students. But most importantly, Mr. Speaker, I would like to suggest that we use the money we are allocating to political parties as funding. Political parties are private members' clubs. There is no difference between a political party and Gor Mahia FC.
Order.
We should move.
Order. The Honorable. Honorable Karoli, can you withdraw what you just said? Can you withdraw what you just said? What did you say?
Honorable Speaker, I know you are a party leader. I am suggesting...
Order. This chance goes to the member for Nairobi. Member for Nairobi, 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute on the issues of financial mismanagement in Moi University. But I believe we have a problem with remittances of all deductions in payrolls. NHIF was literally strangled because remittances were being deducted from employees, even in government institutions, and not being remitted to NHIF. I think we really need to audit that, because when you have a vote for payroll, you can't use it for something else. And I really feel that all those people who are culpable, because I heard there was even a governor who had 3 or 4 employees, family members that were employed by Moi University and not even in Kenya. I think it's important that we handle this properly. We need to put more money into the EACC so that they can deal effectively with corruption. If we don't deal with corruption, we will never be able to deliver prosperity to this country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Meli, you'll have the last word on this.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issues raised are very pertinent, and I want to tell the House that what the caretaker committee will do, and I think this should be a very efficient and proper care committee. And my Committee of Education, Honorable Speaker, we shall be visiting the university in the next 2 weeks. And one of the things that we want to see is, and we are asking the ministry to do, is to make sure that these funds are remitted, and even the 2.4 billion for the earlier money which was actually deducted and they were not paid. The National Treasury needs to pay them so that actually their payroll is going to be in tandem with the current financial system. Lastly, I want to thank the members because you have really raised very pertinent issues, not only Moi University alone. Many universities are in this problem. But as of now, the major crisis is Moi University. And I want to urge the House, when we have the supplementary one, to let us actually make sure that we bail out Moi University and our children and the community up. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Members, you know, your speaker of today went to Moi University. And as I sit here listening to the report by the Honorable Meli, I can tell you for sure, even our report is overwhelming. There's nothing to achieve with that report. What you've just read to the House today, even if you have to melt into to the latter, you won't achieve much with it. So like members have said, I think let's have a proper focus on that university. I think the Honorable Kaikai is one who said it. Management, governance. Let's not try to cover people. Let's not even try to bring ethnicity in it. Go in there. You can pump 10 billion shillings more university today. It will not arise. If you don't deal with it clinically, they'll be back here shortly. Yeah. Before we allow that matter to rest, I'll just leave the Honorable Choke 30 seconds and the Honorable Donya 30 seconds. Innocent, I think. You got the mic. You got the mic next there with you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My frustration and disappointment, like everybody else here, Mr. Speaker, is that you see institutions appropriated funds, and then year in, year out, you see all this stealing going on. And where's our oversight? Do we wait until all the money is stolen, until all the assets have been appropriated to persons managing this institution, then we take action? I think we really need to drill in and see how our oversight is working when we receive these reports from the auditors year in, year out, it's the same story. What do we have these institutions for? Parliament does it's the final stage of oversight. How about the Auditor General? How about the inspectors in the ministries? They need to up their game so that we don't have this stealing happening and we are coming at the tail end when all the money has been taken and the assets. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As much as they are proposing the additional of resources to the university, Mr. Speaker, there is a time I read in the newspaper that they wanted to have their tribal members to manage the institution. Somehow that could be the problem. Let people consider capability, not their tribal lines. That could have affected the university, not money issue, management. Check on that part of the tribalism. Thank you.
Thank you. I think so much said about my university so far. Remember, you have your chairman, you have your work cut out. All the best. I think before we go to the next order, I wanted to give the honorable member for Kisii County on a matter of the loss of a former member of parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to make a statement on the demise of the former member of parliament for Bonchari constituency, Honorable Zebedeo Opore. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 259D2A, I rise to pay tribute to the former member of parliament for Bonchari constituency, the late Zebedeo John Opore, who passed away today morning at the age of 77 years. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable John Opore was born on 8th of January 1947. He pursued higher education with great dedication, obtaining a degree in economics from the University of Nairobi and later a master's science in economics from the University of Bradford in the UK in 1982. The late Honorable Opore began his illustrious political career in 1997 when he was first elected to represent the people of Bonchari in the National Assembly on a Ford People ticket. Throughout his political journey, he demonstrated unshakable commitment to his constituents by championing their interests both in and out of Parliament. Honorable Speaker, he was an astute legislator whose contributions to Parliament and its committees were invaluable. He served as an assistant minister in the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, showcasing his expertise and dedication in public service. In recent years, he was a member of the Departmental Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation, where his insights were highly valued. Honorable Opore's political acumen was evident in his resilience and adaptability. His unwavering commitment to the people of Bonchari further demonstrated his leadership and development skills. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable Opore was known for his deep respect for both young and the old. His ability to connect with the people across the made him a true champion for the people of Bonchari and a voice of reason in our national discourse. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kisii County and the entire National Assembly, I wish to express heartfelt condolences to the family of the late Honorable Zebedeo John Opore, his relatives, friends, and the people of Bonchari constituency. I'm married in Bonchari constituency. The people of Bonchari have lost a true champion, Mr. Speaker, and Kenya has lost a voice of reason with the passing on of Honorable Opore. His legacy of dedicated service will remain a guiding example for all of us in leadership. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable